If I were to ask you to describe your best friend, what would you tell me? When asked about someone's identity, their character is one of the first things we think of. How do they treat you? How do they interact with others? When discovering Jesus' identity, a great place to start is with character as well. Jesus of Nazareth was a man who lived approximately 2,000 years ago, and he can be described with many adjectives: sinless, kind, humble, courageous, compassionate, truthful, merciful, the list goes on. His character can be seen through how he interacted with other people in the New Testament. I use the New Testament as my primary source because it is a historically accurate account of Jesus' actions. One of the stories of Jesus that stands out to me the most takes place in the temple courts where Jesus was teaching. A group of Pharisees interrupted, bringing in a woman who had committed adultery. In Jewish law, it was customary to stone a woman who had committed adultery, but the Pharisees wanted to know what punishment Jesus thought she should receive. However, when the Pharisees showed hate and pride, Jesus showed mercy and forgiveness. John 8:7-11 says, "Let any of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." Again, Jesus stooped down and wrote on the ground. At this, those who heard began to go away one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left, with the woman still standing there. Jesus straightened up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" "No one, sir," she said. "Then neither do I condemn you," Jesus declared. "Go now and leave your life of sin." This specific story in the New Testament demonstrates Jesus' character in several ways. First, it shows how Jesus reacts to interruptions. John 8:2-3 describes Jesus teaching a group of people in the temple courts when the Pharisees interrupted him. I don't know about you, but I tend to get frustrated when people interrupt me. I find it rude and impolite. However, Jesus welcomed the question and used it as an opportunity to teach and change this woman's life. This woman could have been killed, but Jesus used her brokenness as an opportunity to show God's love. This account also demonstrates how Jesus treats people with kindness. He didn't condemn the woman because she was unclean and sinful. Jesus told her to go and sin no more, and she was given another chance. Jesus loved everyone, and he loved the sinners when no one else would. One of the reasons I love Jesus so much is because he loves me, even though I am broken. He knows my story, and he forgave my sins when he died on the cross. God forgives me every day for all the mistakes I make, and I get to wake up every morning with peace, knowing that the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. There are endless stories of how well Jesus treated others in the New Testament and how well he treated his disciples.